Welcome back to the Awkward Thinker Podcast. I'm Nas.
I'm Vince.
And it's your boy Real.
And we are the Awkward Thinkers. Yes.
We can get a remix all the sounds and everything.
I did. I got some new sounds. You want to hear my new sounds?
I'm trying to get some crack rocks.
That's Dave Chappelle. Yeah. Dave Chappelle funny as hell.
So, all right. So, we wasn't really going to get into this, but I see like how the conversation is moving. So, let's get into why women don't want the good guy, or just why.
I ain't gonna say she don't. I can't be like she don't want the good guy, because who knows if that's the good guy for real. If he's actually like a good guy, and that's another conversation. It's like you don't know who a person is until you. I ain't gonna say that, because some people, like, I've seen a lot of niggas, like, disrespect a woman or disrespect the woman they dealing with, or go on to, like, do other shit in other ways or cheat and shit and publicly do it, and then women will still flock to that nigga knowing, like, he ain't shit. Like, but it goes back to, like, the Tinkerbell theory, like, women thinking they can fix up a man and then change him into something. Like, women, the same way men be seeing, some men see women as a challenge as far as, I'm going to keep being persistent. Women do the same thing with men as far as, I'm going to fix him and make him better, and I'm going to be the one to do that. And it be that thought in their head, and that gets you fucked up, because you can't change people.
I feel like, go ahead. No, go ahead,
but
brother.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's like, when you look at the NBA or the NFL or the MLB, when GMs draft people, they aren't drafting them for who they are right now. But a really big thing within the sports world is potential. And I feel like within the dating world, potential is a really, really big thing. And so if a woman sees that you have enough potential, not even I have to like change you, but I see that you have the potential to be someone that I want to be with by yourself, then maybe it's worth dealing with a little bit more to get to that point where you've reached your potential. Just like, in the NBA, you're going to draft someone and they may not have a good first year. They might not have a good second year, but you're not going to trade them because you see the potential in them. And you're like, okay, the third or fourth year, they could break out. You know what I'm saying? Just like Kobe.
You got I'm not to cut you off, but as far as the NBA shit, y'all have the resources and the leisure to do that. You can hold on to somebody and do that. When it comes to dating and relationships, you can't just be like, and it does happen, but you can't be like, oh, I see the potential in this person, so I'm going to keep dealing with the dumb shit for years and years. Because it's like, yeah, you might see that potential in the same way how, not the same way NBA teams go and MLB teams go. You build that person up and get them to a certain level, and boom, they on to the next team. And that's why it's such a dangerous game to be like, oh, I see the potential in you, and I'm going to try to do that. That's not your job. You not that person's parent? You not that person's like, and I'm not saying dating doesn't, like, you learn things from your partner and then you can take that on to your next relationship after that ends. But dating and being like, I know you this type of person, and you fucked up and shit, but I know I could be the person to do. That's toxic. Because why? That's like, who the fuck do you think you are? Why do you think you are somebody who can change this person? Why do you think you are somebody who can make this person better? And then all it does is end up, for the most part, backfiring. And I'm not saying don't stick with somebody if y'all going through a rough patch. That's different versus I know your character. You've shown it with multiple people. That's like a player who be on bullshit. And he's been on bullshit with multiple teams. You're not going to want that person. As someone who's invested in other shit, I'm not going to want that person on my team. I'm not going to look at that person. And that's how we got to start looking with the dating shit. You can't keep choosing people you know are not good for you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but that's like way, way easier said than done.
It's not.
Because you have to understand, like, with dating, bro, it is so hard to find a person that you are willing to deal with shit for.
No,
but that's the
you think is what?
I feel like.
Why are you having to deal with this person? Why do you gotta?
Hold on. I feel like with a lot of things, people like going back to a session, they have a gluttony for sabotage.
Yeah.
And people like when their life is fucked up. Oh, they need something to talk about. And women take that risk. They know this nigga not good for them. You feel me? But you might be a good nigga. You might be doing everything she's asked God for and everything, right? But you don't give her that risk. You don't feel it's not that danger factor with you. You know what I mean?
That's different.
No, it's not.
No, I'm saying like that's not what I'm trying to point at. If a female is like that, then you deserve what's coming to you.
I mean,
but that's what
how
we're saying though.
Yeah.
You see a person how a person is, and like you come up and you be like, oh well, I'm gonna be different, and you're not gonna be different. You're gonna fix some of this person's stuff while they're in a relationship with you. And as soon as y'all are done, that person's gonna leave, or that person's gonna, like, why put that? You know what that is? It's like, why put yourself through struggle just so you can learn a lesson, or just so you can get something out of it? Don't do that. Go if you see a person isn't who you want them to be right then and there, leave they ass right there, bro. I've left a motherfucker right there because this is not where we supposed to be at. This is not what I asked for. This is not what I wanted. I'm gonna leave your ass right there. And it don't gotta be on no crazy shit or no, like, you don't gotta wait for a relationship to be bad in order to leave a motherfucker. Once you realize this, like, I remember I was talking to one of my exes and I told her, I said, like, once I feel like the relationship isn't gonna go anywhere, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna be up front and honest because I'm not gonna keep putting in the energy, not even putting in the energy, but I'm not gonna keep something up that doesn't need to be kept up. Sometimes people are very temporary, and I don't mean like temporary as far as like, oh, they just useless or anything, but sometimes people are only meant to be in your life for so long, and then you let them go.
I had a conversation yesterday, and it pertained to that same subject. I'm saying, like, people are not meant to be in your life forever. Some people aren't. You know what I mean? Everybody has an expiration date. You know, somebody may die, somebody may do anything. So why do people try to be like, oh, this gotta work? Like, honestly, and this is my honest opinion, it's like a lot of people don't understand like the hindrance you could bring to the next relationship if you're trying to get past it. Like, this person could have been super ultra mega toxic to you. You know what I mean? And now you bringing that to your next relationship, you bringing that baggage, you bringing all that extra shit to the new foundation, and it's like, where did you learn? What did you learn from this? And this is a whole new guy treating you right and all type of shit. But what did you learn from this situation? Nothing.
But you know, the thing is, people don't give themselves time to learn. Like at college, we seen people jump from relationship to relationship and move, and it's like you don't give yourself time to like reflect on that relationship, what that relationship did to you, or like what you learned from it, or where, like, how do you move? Because with me, I try to incorporate that. I try to like I said before, even as far as like growing up, I seen my siblings touch the stove and seen that they knew that shit was hot, and I took that in consideration. That I knew not to touch the stove myself. Like, you gotta use that with your relationships. Why are you allowing shit from your old relationship to still affect your new relationship? If that's the point, if that's what's happening, you're not ready to be out there yet, bro. Take a break. Do some healing.
And people are afraid to be alone, and I never understood that concept of being alone. Being alone, you find out a lot more than being with somebody else, because with being with somebody else, you got that cover, you got that sheet. You know what I mean? Like that little, you know how like a city would have like, it look nice and then you push it over and it look trash as fuck. That's the trash as fuck city is what you feel in the inside. You know, so it's like, I'm about to lose my point. I'm about to lose it.
The trash point city is what you losing inside.
Fuck, I lost my point, man. Fuck. I'm pissed.
I think it's like what you trying to say is like, sometimes you give yourself time to see the whole thing.
Yeah, like people don't give them time. Like you said, people don't give themselves time to heal, bro. Like, it's okay to be alone, bro. You came in this world alone. You learned certain lessons alone. You know what I mean? You did a lot of shit alone. So why, when you became an adult, or social media had an influence, like, oh, you need to be with somebody. If I'm not with somebody, then I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to do this. Oh, even if he fucking with somebody else, he's still mine at the end of the day. No, he's not. You know what I mean? It's okay to learn yourself while you're away. You don't need nobody else to figure you out or, oh, this, I like this about you. And then you try
You
to
gotta
adapt.
fix me. You gotta
like you try to domesticate that thought of, oh, this is what this person think about me. And then you groom that thought into thinking that, oh, this is what I am. So if a motherfucker calling you a bitch, calling you ain't shit, or you ain't shit nigga, da-da-da-da-da, you're going to domesticate those thoughts because it's like, damn, am I?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
I forgot what that's called. Is it called catharticism?
I don't know.
Where somebody like basically tries to implant a thought into you.
So right, and that goes hand in hand with you. He's been having an obsession with narcissism. The word narcissism. No, but like that's the thing. You meet the person, they charm, they wits, and all that shit, and that shit is a whole different cover up. And that's the same thing what women do. You know what I mean? They fall in love with the cover up. And then not even instead of falling in love with the potential too, and I probably wasn't hitting on that same point, but they probably don't fall in love with the potential. They fall in love with what you used to be. And they still stick on that, like he's going to get back to that. It's not really necessarily the potential. It's more so, like, I remember it was a good time. No, that was just that was the cover up. That was the blanket. But now he's showing you who he really is and shit like that. In the same way she can show you who she really is. You know what I mean? That once you get past that cupcake stage and you really had them conflicts and problems, that's where you really can sit down and be like, all right, I don't really think I want this. You know what I mean?
You don't have to get to the conflict stage. Like all you have to do is really just date. Understand that a lot of us don't date no more. We text them up. We text them motherfucker. And then after we text them a few times, we fucking. And now because we done been fucking for so long, now we together. And like, you don't even know who this person is. And it's like, you have to build that dating stage first and actually get to know that person. Get to know your person, bro.
Motherfuckers don't know even how to communicate. A motherfucker could have a great personality, right? And that could scare a woman. You know why? Because she's not used to it. A lot of women are scared to get into good things with good men because they're scared of it because they're not used to that. And a motherfucker could bring them flowers and they be like, oh, he's weird as fuck. He brought me flowers on our fucking date. Lame ass nigga. Da.
And now they want flowers.
Right. But a nigga known you for a couple days, you get a Pandora charm. He love me. Y'all been together for 2 years and you want a fucking Pandora charm.
I think a lot of times men and women, as far as where like they see, okay, this is actually a good person, and then they get scared from it. It's because you're not a good person, and it's not a bad thing. You have to work to get there, and you not even just like you're not a villain or nothing, but you just aren't in a place where you can be a good person to another person like that. And you have to really take that into consideration. Be a good person for that person, bro. And if you know you can't do that for them, leave them alone.
Leave them alone and stop trying to suck the life force out of everything that, you know what I mean, or make it victimize yourself so they can stay or whatever you this concept of whatever that is. I don't even know what the fuck that concept is.
What it is, a lot of y'all need love, but y'all looking for love in the wrong places, bro. You can't not even just love, but happiness. You can't find your happiness in someone else. Like, your happiness literally has to come from you. You have to find what makes you happy, and that can't be another person. Because what happens when that person's gone? Once that person's gone, that happiness leaves with them. You have to literally find something that you can do on your own, or something within yourself that really makes you happy and really makes you a loving person, and then you can put that out there to other people and connect with their happiness. That's literally how this shit go. But a lot of y'all can't do that because y'all don't know how to, and it's not y'all fault. I will say that. It's a lot of times it don't be y'all fault.
It be y'all mamas.
It be
y'all fucking mamas and y'all dads.
Because they took that from you. Y'all didn't get that when y'all was kids. And like shit, I'm a victim of that. Like, my parents were loving, but in certain instances, it wasn't enough love to go around. So it was like, you grow up and you're not as loving and you're not as happy as you could have been. But you have to literally do the work. Do the work on yourself. Figure out what it is where you need to do that healing and do that shit, bro. It's literally just like that.
I think being alone is from listening to you guys, being alone is probably the biggest thing. And I say that because with being alone, you really find out who you are. and you find out what you bring to the table. You find out what you don't like about yourself. You find out what's not going right in your life. You find out what you like in people. You find out what you like about yourself. What you find out a lot of information about yourself. And I think people are so quick to rush into situations, and even like someone will get out of a long relationship, and the first thing that they do is go find somebody else, like immediately, and it's like that's not right, because 9 times out of 10, like you're not over that relationship, you know what I'm saying, and that's something that even I can say like I've been victim of is just using people to get over things that I've been going through internally. And then like once those people are gone and I'm not able to use them anymore, it's like I gotta live with the things that's been going on inside my head, and it don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? And it's not right of me or anybody to use people to mask your feelings. And I feel like a lot of people do that, especially men. And then like and it even ties back into like when we're younger, everybody telling us, oh, you're the man if you do this or if you do that. So then it's like you get out of situations, or you even in situations, and you may really love somebody, but it's like the masculine behavior and the things that you've learned has already implemented the wrong behavior in you. So it's like now I kind of see that I can manipulate her or get this out of a situation or get that out of a situation, and it's like, but once all that over, you got to live with the thoughts in your head, and it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And then you realize, was I really happy? And you got to be happy with yourself before you can be happy with anybody else. Like, for real. That's probably the biggest thing. If you don't take anything else from this, take that from this. You got to be happy with yourself before you can be happy with anybody else. And if you keep moving from person to person to find happiness, you will never be truly happy.
I think this, and I was thinking this all week. I'm like, people say it's lonely at the top, right? And
lonely at the bottom.
And it's lonely at the bottom. So where don't it get lonely at? You know what I mean? Because it seems like you by yourself at the bottom, and then you by yourself at the top, and then you go through these phases where you trying to get people to understand you. You know what I mean? And find the understanding of what it takes to be happy. But as you can see, being lonely at the top, being lonely at the bottom, you got to find that by yourself. It didn't say together, lonely together at the bottom, lonely together at the top. No, lonely at the bottom and lonely at the top. Some people may understand you, some people may not understand you. But the people who understand you, get with them. You know what I mean? Not get with them because they, you know what I mean? But have somebody that make you feel good. Conflict doesn't necessarily mean love. And that's what a lot of people think. Conflict is love. We go through shit. Oh, that person loves me. They're in love with the pain and stuff like that. They're holding on to the trauma, like you said. It's going to get better. It's going to get good. No, it's necessarily not all the time. You know what I mean? Some couples can work through it, and I understand. Oh, our parents, y'all are fixated on a time that we did not live through. You know what I mean? Where Ethel was getting was with her husband for 60 plus years. No, she was getting cheated on, and there was another family down the street and shit like that. People don't understand that part. You know what I mean? They just like the glitz and glamour of what love would look like, Louis Vuitton bags and all that good shit on Valentine's Day and all that. Oh, he thugged out. He got tattoos and this and this and that. We smoking blunts on the hotel bed and all that good goofy ass shit. You're fixated on what it would look like.
An aesthetic.
The aesthetic. You're in love with the aesthetic. You're not in love with that person. So when you are trying to figure out your hidden messages, your hidden things and shit like that, and it may be lonely. You may shed tears or be in pain, or it's okay. You gotta go through the moments by yourself, because that person is not going to always understand. Going back to the top and the bottom, people are never going to understand where your levels is. So that person is not always going to understand what you're going through, and that's not on that person to understand necessarily all the time what you're going through, because now they can, whatever they're trying to say to you to help you cope or whatever, can now influence you on a whole different level of, I definitely don't love myself no more. You know what I mean? So it's choose your words wisely on what you even ask God for, because you can ask God for a good man and this and this and this and that, and he might throw a flaw in there that you don't like. But this is what you've asked for. But you'll go so many red flags before you get to this good man, and then you say, I just don't like the way he laughed. So I'm gonna go with Dominic. He just did a bid 2 years and 3 years ago. You know what I mean? He with that hood shit. I like that hood shit. And that's what you also accept with. You're obsessed with a lifestyle that you're not ready for, too. Because if you really fuck with a hood street nigga, it's a lot that come with shit like that. You know what I mean?
You gotta be prepared to put a gun up under the titty when y'all.
You gotta be prepared to stuff some drugs under your pussy. You hear me? That's what it comes down to. And if you ain't ready to put a nick and dime up that motherfucking coochie, then shit, I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
About to have this girl high as fuck.
High as fuck.
Off coke.
And your panty liners.
Oh Lord.
Go ahead. I'm kind of went off tangent.
I think this was decent though. I like this conversation because I don't think a lot of people sit back and actually think about like the effect. Like we ain't come here to talk about relationships.
We
and
didn't,
shit,
but we
got
turned
there.
into that.
Yeah, but it's like a lot of shit affect us in different ways, and we don't realize it, and then we affect other people in the same way. And it's like sometimes, like you said, do that loneliness, bro. Being lonely, like you can do a lot of soul searching when you are by yourself and you don't have outside thoughts coming in, you don't have outside influences or nothing. You do that reflection and you can become a better person up out of it. It's like pledging. It's like you go through shit and you go through certain shit with with other people and you realize like a lot of shit about yourself. Like, shit, nigga.
We just only saying this for we seen Burning Sand, so this is what we assume. Yeah. Anyway, another thing I wanted to, before we get up out of here, another thing I wanted to touch on, it was more so,
I want to talk about like something I realized is that a lot of people, and I had just seen this on Twitter. Somebody was like, when you see your parents' flaws in yourself, you know. And I feel like some of us have like our parents' flaws that we didn't like about them, and we have some of them and we don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? And and I say that to say like within relationships, like we may carry certain burdens that happen with us in our childhood or things that we see in our childhood with our parents' relationship, and carry them into our own relationship and not even know it. Like, I know for me, for instance, there's a lot of things that my dad did that I didn't like that he was doing to my mom. And then, like, just like last night, I was just thinking to myself, like, bro, like, it was a lot of shit that you was doing to people that he was doing, and you hated that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's a learned behavior.
And I was like, bro, why the fuck? Like, why were you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like a little girl who see her mom being a hoe. 9 times out of 10, she gonna be a hoe.
No,
we're
not gonna say that.
That is very true.
You can literally
he takes it so far every time.
Yeah, you can. There's certain shit you see in your parents, and you know for a fact, I don't want that. But you might have some tendency. So even though she don't gotta grow up to be a hoe, but it's certain things you might now because you've learned from your mother, you do like you accept little shit, and it's like that part
that's
is
whole behavior. If you learning to accept shit, you're learning whole behavior.
No.
If your mom was getting put dick down and put up for the rent and shit like that, she gonna be like, all right, I'm about to sell some ass for the fucking rent, and that's go ahead.
I'm not gonna say because bitch, rent gotta get paid. So it's like if rent gotta get paid and you popping pussy for rent, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm really not.
I'm not gonna judge you, but you know, you do some women do learn whole behavior from their mom.
They do,
and sometimes they learn it from the dad too.
Yeah. Not. I think it's a lot of behaviors we can learn from each parent, and it don't have to affect like with fathers and daughters. A lot of y'all niggas was like hoes, and so now your daughter can't trust the man when she grows up because she know what type of nigga you was, or
I've seen that,
yeah, like shit like that. Or your daughter do grow up to be like not. She ain't got to be a hoe. I don't consider you only a hoe if you fucking somebody else who is already in a relationship, or you fucking a person for a specific reason to get something out of it, besides just the necessities,
like
rent
money
and shit.
and shit.
But
like you fucking.
yeah,
for
if you fucking for a meal,
500.
and not like a meal that you necessarily need, but I'm fucking just so I can get this up out of them. I always wanted to see what this meal
If
would
you're
be
not
like.
fucking to go to Salt Bay, then what is you fucking for? Wendy's, bitch. Come on.
But it's it's a lot of shit that I feel like, we've seen our parents do and shit we like, you judge your parents and you be like, bro, I don't never want to do some shit like this, but you do take parts of that. And once you recognize it though, it's like you can start doing the work to fix that. You can change that.
Going back, this is and before we wrap it up, going back to the baggage part, I feel like a lot of people get done wrong, and like I think I got a story for that. So what I would say is to people get done wrong, or women or men get done wrong, and now they gotta alter who the good guy turned bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like, for example, I'll show a story. I was fucking with a little shorty at the time. You know what I mean? And I seen her. You know this story too. I seen her in the hallway and shit.
That was a simp ass moment for you.
It was a very.
That was a
simp,
terrible ass moment.
And it's gonna get to my point. Hold on. So I had a conversation. She's like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to get myself together. Da 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 da. I don't really want to fuck you up. Da 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 da." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, cool." So I'm talking to this other shorty. Getting Spanish homework and shit across the hall. So I feel this tap on my shoulder. Cool. So I turn around. I'm like, "Yo, like, what you doing down? This the nigga side. You know what I mean? What you doing down here?" And shit like that. Now, a couple days before, I'm like, "Hey, this nigga on the side of it." I'm talking to Vince. Vince is my roommate at the time. I said, "This nigga beside us is going ham in this motherfucker. Like, he always fucking some shit, right?"
Oh yeah.
He always fucking some shit. So she like, "Oh," I said, "What you doing down here?" She said, "Homework. Da 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 da." I said, "All right." I said, I looked at what room she was going in, and I said, "Please tell me you ain't going in this room." She's like, "That's my homie. We friends. Da 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 da." So I said, "Cool." We kissed. Boom. She go in there. I said, "All right, cool." You know what I mean? Maybe I'm tweaking. Simp moment. And then a couple of minutes later, I just hear that motherfucker go ballistic in that bitch, and I was hurt. I ain't gonna lie, I was hurt behind it, but I didn't allow that one experience from that woman to be like, bitches ain't shit, da 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 da. Because a lot of it, like, I'm still the same Nas's character, being romantic and things of that nature. I wasn't gonna allow that. Now I learned from that lesson not to just be so open with a lot of things. You know what I mean? So naive. But I think when people have situations similar or more drastic, they kind of change their whole outlook of like, now I gotta dog bitches. Now I gotta change who I am, because now you're making a fake persona you probably can't keep up with. So that's what I was doing.
Also, I feel like that goes hand in hand with what I mentioned before, like just getting out of a situation or relationship, and then just to heal from your hurt, quote unquote, heal from your hurt, you go and you talk to a lot of females, or do whatever with a lot of females to mask how you feel. And I feel like that is where like you may say the good guy gone bad type of thing. Like, just what I'm saying, like a lot of times even women, I feel like when they get out of a situation or a relationship, like the first thing that we want to do as people is to get into another relationship to keep our mind off of what we had just went through. And it's like, that ain't right.
It's not fair to that. It's not fair to that next person, because you're using that next person as a placeholder. And like I said, even in college, we seen people use people as placeholders. You just got done fucking with this person, and y'all was madly in love on social media, and y'all loved each other, and this was a forever thing.
Just forever.
And now
we
it's
solid as fuck.
Yeah, and now it's another forever thing with the next motherfucker. And it's like, you fooling yourself. But again, that's something like we all have to recognize. Like, even the person, if I know you keep jumping from relationship to relationship, I know you're not stable. And I know that's some shit I don't want to deal with. I'm good. We can fuck around, but as far as the relationship go, I'm good, because I know. And the other thing is, especially on like a college campus, you will be. It's a lot of people who have other fucking identities. Like, it's people who was in whole ass relationships, but you fucking people, and you not just fucking people, but you fucking teams.
You fucking people.
Like you going. Yeah.
Beating her shit in. She throwing that shit.
This feel like deja vu.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, you doing shit like it. You'll be surprised. You gotta really learn who people are, bro, and pay attention to your fucking environment. Pay attention to your surroundings. That don't mean you gotta be paranoid, but it just means you can't be a dummy. Don't be a dummy.
And like, this is my thing too, niggas. Stop selling these motherfuckers dreams, because you be getting the problem. Bro, I don't even know why she tripping like that. No, she tripping because you offered her a relationship just to get some pussy. If you just want some pussy, then just say you want some fucking pussy. 9 times out of 10, they gonna get that shit up. Not saying it like that, but 9 times out of 10, they gonna pop that pussy.
If they wanted to fuck you, they was gonna fuck you.
If they was gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers gonna fuck you the first hour they meet you sometimes. You never fucking know. I'm just saying. Just stop selling these hoes dreams.
And for the women, stop with the shit where it's like a nigga that set boundaries with y'all, and y'all will cross them boundaries and don't think nothing of it because you're a woman. Like a nigga, I've seen niggas tell a woman like, I don't want to be with you, and then she's still we're together. You can't go nowhere. I'm not leaving. This and that shit like that. Y'all have to stop doing that. Like, that shit is toxic.
Let that nigga leave. You ain't going fucking nowhere.
Another thing I hate about what we do with relationships as a society is that, like, the man in a lot of situations is always put in the wrong. Like, people, like, from people outside looking in, when people make assumptions about situations or people and what may be going on, like, they always find a way to put the man in the wrong. And I feel like men, especially in relationships, like, don't get a fair shake, like, publicly anyway. Like, even, like, with, like, celebrity relationships or whatever, like, people always side, like, with the female. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you don't know what the hell this female could be doing or whatever, but it's harder for a man because, like, we can't be, or we're not supposed to be, like, emotional creatures, especially, like, in the forefront of social media or to large crowds of people. So it's like, wow, the female may be able to express herself openly to everybody and tell y'all how the situation made her feel, things like that. We as men, most times can't do that. So it's like, y'all siding with somebody and you don't know the entire story. Like, that motherfucker could have did anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I don't like that we as a society do. Like, I don't think we give men a fair shake when it comes to how we view them when relationships go bad or whatever.
And when men do come forward and present shit and be like, bro, this is not what that was, or do show any kind of emotion, it's like, it's always doubted. It's like, oh, that's just manipulation. It's just, he not really hurt. That's niggas love to cry after a relationship ending. But it'd be like, some of y'all women are fucking terrible ass people. A lot of you niggas are terrible ass people as well. I'm not gonna say y'all not, but when, like he just said, when a woman comes forward and be like, all right, like, and sometimes shit ain't our business. Who the fuck give a fuck about Taylor Swift and Jake Gyllenhaal? This nigga don't even shower.
I do.
But it's like, you see so many people flock to these people's side and create stories and shit out of it. And it'd be like, bro, mind your fucking business and worry about yourself and your relationship.
And listen, niggas. Is she telling you about her relationship and she telling you all the fucked up shit? 9 times out of 10, she want to fuck you. I'm just letting you know. Giving you the sauce.
Don't listen to him. If she want to fuck you, she's going to tell you she wants to fuck you.
And she going to tell you,
make sure you get consent.
Right.
No, I would say 6, maybe 7 times out of 10.
9 times
That's the case.
out of 10.
Don't assume.
I'm not gonna say
shit,
9.
Though. What I'm saying is,
times out
it's
of
not
fucking
10.
10.
It's not 9.
Make
It's
sure
definitely not 9.
get consent first.
Get
Don't
consent.
just assume because
but
the
she
shorty
gonna tell
crying
you
on
that her nigga fucking up for you to fuck.
Cause you telling niggas the wrong thing. You go have niggas, a woman go be crying on a nigga's shoulders, and next thing he doing is grabbing her titties and trying to undress her, cause he think that's what it's
That's
about.
not that. That's different. You know, but get consent. I'm telling you,
and
but
don't
get
be
consent.
But even in that situation, bro, Don't be a fucking goofy, bro. Don't let no woman use you like that.
Oh,
now, if you want to
yeah.
have sex, but don't let no woman just, because women do that. Y'all are some toxic ass people, and y'all don't be getting, like, y'all don't hold yourself accountable the way y'all want to hold niggas accountable. Like, a woman, say she don't want to fuck with you today, you pop up with another shorty, she go want to fuck with you. And that's toxic as fuck, because it's like, it's like a ego thing. Like, women have, women.
Y'all got bitch started in this bitch.
Cause I be seeing shit and it be like, bro, and like once you start fucking with a different woman or some shit, you get into a relationship, or even when you get married, it's like you become more attractive, and it's toxic. It's toxic because you only find this nigga attractive to you now because someone else has him, and you're willing to do whatever to get this nigga into your court. Like, look, my brother had 2 baby mamas, and up until one of them died, they will always switch off on him. He would be with one for a year or two, then he'll go back to the next one for a few months, and then go back. And they were both okay with it. Once one of the baby mamas, or not, I don't want to call her a baby mama because it was like my sister. Once she died, and that was his wife when she died. When his wife died, he went back to the other baby mama. She put up with that nigga for a few months and was done with the relationship. They have not did shit since then. And it's like that obsession because you competing with somebody, and it's like you got this nigga in the middle who he ain't innocent, but bitch, you know what you doing. And then
You know what the
I
fuck
ain't
you
finished.
doing. Go ahead.
What was it? Women, cause you into it with your nigga, and then you think it's okay to go slide on another nigga, and let him try to comfort you. That shit's sick, bro. You're sick. You go, if you want to go find comfort in somebody you're not trying to fuck. Do shit like that.
Like your best friend
Yeah.
or something. Why are you trying to talk to a nigga about what we got going on?
I ain't gonna say that. You can go talk to your nigga. I mean, go get advice from another nigga.
But you
That's
ain't about
okay.
to lay up with the
But
nigga.
yeah,
You feel me? You
you
better
do it with the intention of, I know what I'm going to go do. And a lot of you women do that shit, and that shit toxic, because it's like, it's toxic, bro. It's like, you playing with this nigga. You play with this nigga, and then you playing with the nigga you into it with. It's like, you toxic. And again, niggas, y'all aren't safe either. Y'all do some of the same shit. But when we do the shit, it get pointed out and we get held accountable for it. Niggas, like, when women do this shit, though, like, y'all don't get held accountable as y'all should. Or y'all don't see it as a problem as y'all should. And I'm done.
And they don't hold themselves accountable for it either.
Yeah.
Let's get these brothers.
I was in this bitch preaching today.
Okay. All right. So let me put on another button. I like my buttons. It's about that time, where we leave you with a awkward positive message, to get through the week. So, niggas, what's that message?
Literally, treat people how the fuck you want to be treated, bro. Don't play with people because you don't want to be played with. Don't again, going back to the happiness thing, find happiness within yourself before you try to find that in somebody else. Don't go looking for shit in other people that you can find for yourself first. Do that for yourself and you'll be a better person for it.
I'm gonna just say, just be alone, man. Like, be alone for a minute. Really find out who you are. Find out why you do the things that you don't like about yourself. And, I know it is easy as a man to, use females and do this and that with a bunch of females. And at, like, some point it may even be cool to us. You know what I'm saying? But get out of that habit. Like, the sooner you can get out of that habit, the better. Like, just because you in college or just because, like, you young, you ain't got to live no crazy lifestyle, bro. Like, you can be by yourself. You can be in a relationship. You can date. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with anything as long as you're not hurting anybody or you're not leading anybody astray. But at the same time, you got to work on progressing again towards a place where you can make sure that you're a safe person to be with. You know what I'm saying? But that's that.
My good message today. So I'll go back to a song. Kanye West said, "Stick by his side. I know it's dudes balling, and yeah, that's nice, but you gonna be calling and crying." I think, and basically, what Kanye saying is, the nigga you think ain't the ideal nigga, the good nigga. You feel me? You like the balling niggas right now. You want to live life, and sometimes people expire. That balling shit only lasts for a couple minutes. You only hot for a second. You see what I'm saying? So if it's a good nigga that's treating you right, stick by him. That's it. If whatever he doing, stick by him. You know what I mean? And another thing, stop playing with people's emotions. You know what I mean? That's it. I don't even got much to say to these motherfuckers today.
To piggyback off of what he was just saying, though, it's like, realize the grass ain't always greener. And even if it is greener, sometimes that shit is turf. Meaning sometimes that grass not fucking real, bro. Don't get caught up in the facade of what somebody else got going on. It's like Shorty from Addicted or what the Tyler Perry movie with Journey Smollett. And she had a great ass nigga, and she was just used to him though, and sometimes that do happen. But she wanted to go out and try some different shit and got AIDS.
Yeah, man.
Don't go out here and get AIDS, bro. Like, cause you trying to explore some different shit. Like, if that makes sense, don't do that. I don't know.
I was about to get the baby. I'm Nas.
I'm Vince.
I'm real.
And thank you for being awkward with us. See you niggas next week.